I'm going to be solving 2004 number 4 Form B. The question reads, the principal at Crest Middle School, which enrolls only 6th grade students and 7th grade students, is interested in determining how much time students at that school spend on homework each night. The table below shows the mean and standard deviation of the amount of time spent on homework each night in minutes for a random sample of 20 6th grade students and a separate random sample of 20 7th grade students at the school. Based on dot plots of these data, it is not unreasonable to assume that the distribution of times for each grade were approximately normally distributed. Part A of the question reads, estimate the difference in mean time spent on homework for all 6th grade and 7th grade students in the school using an interval. Be sure to interpret your interval. This question is asking us to construct a two-sample Z interval. Before we begin, we must state the conditions for this problem. The first condition is two simple random samples. It should say two independent simple random samples as stated in the problem. The second condition is that n must be greater than or equal to 30. So if we take the 26th graders and the 27th graders, you get 40, which is greater than 30. The third condition is that the distribution of times for each grade is approximately normal as stated in the problem. Since these conditions have been met, we can construct a two-sample confidence interval for the difference in means. You must have the statement written down. We're going to be constructing a 95% confidence interval. The formula for this interval is x bar 1 minus x bar 2 plus or minus the t-statistic times the square root of the standard deviation of the first sample squared over n1 plus the standard deviation of the second sample squared over n2. All these numbers can be found on the chart besides the t-statistic. So now we're going to plug in the numbers. X bar 1 is 47 minus x bar 2, which is 27.3, plus or minus the t-statistic, which you're going to calculate in your calculator by doing inverse t, 0.975, 37.297. This will give you 2.026. All times the square root of 12.4 squared over 20 plus 10.8 squared over 20. When you calculate this out, you'll get 19.7 plus or minus 7.5. This is going to give you a confidence interval of 12.2 to 27.2. Now the question said make sure you interpret the interval. So we have to have a concluding statement. The concluding statement should read, we are 95% confident that the true difference in mean time spent doing homework for 7th graders and 6th graders is in between 12.2 and 27.2 minutes. Now the question had a part B. Don't forget to answer these. Part B reads, an assistant principal reasoned that a much narrower confidence interval could be obtained if the students were paired based on their responses. For example, pairing the 6th grade students and the 7th grade students with the highest number of minutes spent on homework, the 6th grade student and the 7th grade student with the next highest number of minutes spent on homework, and so on. Is the assistant principal correct in thinking that matching the students in this way and then computing a matched pair's confidence interval for the mean difference in time spent on homework is a better procedure than the one used in Part A? Explain why or why not. I'm going to verbally explain why this is an incorrect way to pair students. Matching students using the measured responses, which is how much time they spend on doing homework, is inappropriate because pairs should be created based on variables that may affect the response, but not the response itself. The response variable cannot be paired. So once you write that down for Part B, you're done with the problem.